You know what's crazy about breaking into cloud engineering? Everyone keeps repeating the same old advice. Get more certifications. You need a computer science degree. Start in support roles and work your way up. But what if I told you those called experts are dead wrong? What if these outdated roles are the very thing keeping you stuck, while others are landing six-figure cloud roles without following any of that? And I've lived it myself, despite having a degree, multiple certifications, and years of IT experience. I was still getting rejected when I tried to break into cloud 6 years ago. Here's the truth, nobody's telling you. Companies aren't looking for more legacy IT guys or generalists with a bunch of random tech skills. They're hunting for specialists who can solve real business problems. Right now, there's a massive shortage of cloud engineers who understand this, and that creates a huge opportunity for you. So stay with me, because I'm going to break down the 3 biggest myths that are keeping you stuck from your 6-figure cloud role. Let's dive in. Number 1, the credential checklist myth. Because isn't it true, just getting the certifications, and I was guilty of that. Like when I was back in Brazil in 2017, I thought, oh, I will get these 3 certifications here. They are expert level. And when I arrived in Australia, like what I realized was companies, they were looking for congruence. Like if you say that you have all these certifications, can you speak about these technologies? And we can see now even Microsoft, like one of their certifications, Azure Architect, in the description of the certification, like they mentioned that one of the requirements is to have conversational skills about those technologies. And you can develop that like practicing, like if you work on projects or even talking with other people in the industry or talking by yourself, like about the technologies, like narrating like the specific tools that you can use, how you connect them. And that's what really the market is looking for. Like the market wants to see someone that can show off the skills in a conversation, in a meeting, discussing with a client, creating some documentation. The certification itself, it's not bad because of the certification, but the idea that sometimes we get that we just need the certification instead of developing the skill and looking to have mastery on the foundations. Like sometimes we don't need to master all those technologies that are listed in the certifications, but we need to have an idea how they operate, how we connect each other. And that's what really, in my opinion, makes us to succeed on this, because the technology evolves. Like Microsoft changed the things the whole time. Like they changed the name of the product, they change the way that the product operates. Like they rebuild, refactor, they tear down things, they change. So having the awareness of the foundations of how the platform works, getting certifications are great, but they're nothing more than a market asset, a signal that you send it to the marketplace. Number 2, the years of experience myth. When they say 5 years of experience, they predict that you know how to solve their problems because you even went through it, like you have been through those challenges. When companies, they look for this experience, they're more looking for someone that is able to show up, to commit with the project, to do the delivery of the work. Tell my students about this, like it's more about who you are than just the experience. Like, because if you had all that experience, not the experience, but let's say you were in the industry working 5 years, but how are the projects that you did deliver during those last 5 years? Like, are those projects related to this specific technology that the company is looking for? Because like sometimes I see people with some roles that should be doing a specific type of work in cloud, but because of the nature of the business, like they have other stuff, like they're not really doing that work that the role is showing up there. Like, and this happens for major organizations. Like we see big companies, they do all these restructuring, and I saw this since 2018, 2019, when I was starting like here in Australia, and in 2020 when I really got into cloud and DevOps. I saw big companies doing these restructuring projects. Like they would say, now we are a cloud first organization, and they would rebrand all the titles, really rebranding, like, because I recall 2018, like I was doing systems engineering work, and they would say, now this is a cloud engineer role because we are cloud first and we are going to the cloud. It's really a myth. You don't really need to have like all those years of experience. Like if you work really hard in a specific Azure technology for 3 months, you may have more experience than someone that is a cloud engineer in one of these rebranded roles in a company that just told you that they're cloud first and they changed all the job titles, than someone that's really doing hands-on work on the technology. Myth number 3, the skills myth. The more you have, the better. The tech industry leads us to believe that to be great tech pro, we need to be coding masters, knowing every tool or new tech, which is not true. What problems you solve, what value you create with those skills is what actually matters. Yet from the previous example that I was given, if you learned a lot of tools and technologies that now you don't use more in a cloud environment, are they really beneficial? Like, are they really useful? Not really. Like, what you bring from that experience are the lessons learned, like working with teams, struggling through challenges, like, and being able to overcome all those problems. But like all this idea that someone with experience knowing all those tools, they're relevant, they can even work like against you because, for instance, for me, I had experience when I was starting my career or even during the mid of my career back in Brazil. I have experience that they don't even show there, like in skills that they are not more present in my resume, like because they are not relevant anymore. The skills that we need to develop in the technology that we need to master, they are the relevant one that we are using right now. That's the importance. And for me, being able to learn them quickly, I should say, some people call this actually learning agility. That's what really matters, like, because once you are able to learn quickly a specific technology, and there are ways that I teach my students on this, like that you can reduce the mental chatter, like you can improve your skills to learn something, like even the workplace, that can really help you to succeed, like because you build the skills that are really in demand. Because sometimes people, they get stuck like just in a room studying by themselves. And I learned this from a speaker, and this is a guy very successful in the United States. He's charging like $25,000 per keynote. And he told me that it was more important for him as a speaker to get into the stage than develop the skill of speaking itself. And not that he was not trying to be a better speaker, developing his skills, but he told me that the pressure of being on stage, like performing in front of people, it was different than him practicing in front of the mirror. And we should consider that for our career as well. Like it's different, the pressure of working a project when you need to explain to a team leader, to an IT manager, to a project manager how you're doing things, and when things break, like how you handle all those dependencies, or even how the environment should be done, like what are the best approach in the industry, like that we can bring to our team here. It's not only just building the skills like in a dark room, like locked by yourself. It's really being exposed in this real world, feeling the heat, feeling the pressure. That really helps to shape you. And if you need help, like to really accelerate in our career, being able to be talking with industry pros, people that are involved in the industry. Like I have an elite tech group that I'm preparing right now in this cloud computing. I will leave the link here in the description. So if you want to join us, hit the link below. If you want to also keep watching the videos, like I'm kind of releasing content here on a regular basis and sharing all these lessons learned. These are things that we discuss in our group, like with my mentees. I believe about speed. Like I'm someone that I like to go fast. Like, so sometimes when I see a program that will really fast track my success, I like to go there. But I know that some people, they prefer like to get the pieces, understand, and you can keep doing this here. You can share with a friend, you can subscribe to be notified on new videos. And I will see you in the next one, sharing more tech career strategies and how to succeed in this tech industry. See you in the next video. Cheers.